Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Speeding?
No, it's because your intro sucks. Please step out onto the curbside.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Curbside Podcast, a podcast where we talk about cars and everything to do with cars. My name's Jeff. I drive a 2004 Honda S2000, and I am your Taiwanese-American Southern Californian.
What's up, everybody? My name's Parth. Drive a 2016 M3. Live up here in Northern California, Bay Area, where it's gotten colder.
Yeah. It's hoodie weather. I love it.
Yeah, I actually like this a lot better than last week, that's for sure.
I bought so many fucking hoodies during quarantine, and I'm like, okay.
Then it get hit by record heat days, this past summer. Yeah, that's nice.
I'm Andrew. I drive a 2014 Evo 10 MR and a 2015 Subaru BRZ, living in the Bay Area.
Before we begin, we have a question from friend. Parth and I have a friend named Kristyn, and she wants car.
Preference is a four-seater convertible. And between the brands of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Honda, Ford, Mercedes, GMC, and Hyundai. So I told her to just get a C63 AMG convertible.
Do any of the other brands make a four-seater convertible?
It's only Mercedes, isn't it?
Mustang, right?
Yeah.
I guess. That's not.
We don't want a convertible Mustang.
I mean, it is four-seater kind of, but like not really.
There's not much to choose from.
And then plus, if you recommend, our friend is not a supercar enthusiast or anything like that. You recommend a Ford Mustang convertible, they're just going to end up buying EcoBoost Nation V6 turbocharged
Absolutely.
Mustang.
Yeah.
Four-cylinder.
Which I don't want to associate myself with those kind of people, so I don't want to also suggest that car. So that's why I said C63 AMG.
That's like your only option.
Yeah, but
I mean, you could go like C convertible.
Or the E. Do they make the E still?
Yeah, but remember she said her price range was C, so I was like, C63 AMG?
You could get an E for a C63 AMG money, dude.
Yeah, but like, it's a C63, that's the difference. Plus, Jeff, let's be honest, we have to be a little bit selfish. Do we not want to review a C63 AMG convertible?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, we do.
Right? You would have access to that car.
Yeah.
Kristyn, if you're cool, you'll buy a C63 AMG, all right? And then you'll let us review it. But if you want to be like boring and think about money and shit, then yeah, buy the regular.
If you want to be practical.
Wait, doesn't Jeep make one?
A Wrangler?
A Wrangler, yeah.
It's technically a convertible.
Right?
It could be very convertible. You could have all the doors off.
Yeah. So, all right, that's a recommendation. C63 AMG if you care about us. Otherwise, C regular something convertible. And then Jeep Wrangler without the doors and without the roof.
Yes. And
All
if she wants to buy it, she better buy it quickly. Because I don't know if you guys saw the news, but our lovely governor, Gavin Newsom, has signed a executive order.
Yes.
Basically banning the sale of new gas-powered cars by 2035.
Cars. Yeah. This is something you got to dive deeper into, especially if we all live in California. So I was reading the little thing that the office of Governor Gavin Newsom's thing came out with. This is his attempt at combating the smog and the fire, smoke, and the global warming and the climate change stuff in California. And he's saying that by 2035, 100% of sales of new cars should be 100% zero-emission cars. In addition to this, by 2045, which is something that people miss actually, he wants by 2045 for heavy-duty and like medium-duty, they call it, vehicles, that should also be 100% zero-emission where feasible.
So Tesla everything.
Right?
Basically.
I feel like Elon wrote a nice little check to the governor's office.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But what do you guys feel about this? As people who own internal combustion cars and people who we've said before, especially me, that I don't like the idea of having just no choice of, internal combustion cars in the future.
I don't think it's going to affect us that much. There's enough cars that are coming out between now and 2035 that are like
That's
so
true.
cool.
Wait, how many years in the future is 2035?
15 years.
15 years.
Quick
So
math,
we
see
have
that shit?
15 years of basically new releases.
Yeah, think
Yeah.
about how many generations of like new cars are gonna come out. But like, okay, think about this. First of all, Jeffrey bought like a 15-year-old car, and he
Yeah.
loves it,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
I don't wanna sell my
I bought a
car.
6-year-old car. I fucking love it. Like,
I'm
I
keeping
don't
my
think
car.
exactly like for the niche market that is car enthusiasts. I don't think it'll matter that much.
But like, what if there's like a sick gas car that comes out later, and you're like, damn, I want that, but I can't buy it in this state. Then you just register in what, Colorado?
You buy Oh, that's true, huh? This
Right?
only applies to California.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
I just realized that. That makes sense.
This thing from the governor's office says that California is joining 15 other countries, so no other state has even thought about this yet. We're like
Yeah.
the first.
We
Yeah.
always have to lead the pack.
I blame Elon with that, you know.
I don't know if this is relevant, but if you think about it, how much cooler can internal combustion cars get before everything
that's a-
goes either hybrid or full electric?
That's true. Because like, what are you
Every-
gonna do? Keep chasing 2,000 horsepower out of, you know,
Exactly.
cylinders?
It's all about like the tech now. Like horsepower is like, oh cool, that's like an afterthought. Almost.
Yeah, you can have pretty much the same car year after year, but it makes it new if you have new tech in it, like Apple CarPlay or
Yeah.
heads-up
Yeah.
display and stuff like
I mean,
that.
in terms of like non-car enthusiast things, I definitely think we've hit a plateau of how cool an ICE engine could be. But if you look at like the Murray T50, that's a brand new V12.
I
And
was
that thing
thinking
is
about
amazing.
that.
And then you have the Koenigsegg, what they're doing, they're like electronic valve stuff. And I mean, there's still stuff to do. ICE
That's what the
engines.
next 15 years is for.
I don't know. I'm conflicted because it's like I kind of agree with Jeffrey because like the Murray T50, that's like the ultimate car guy's supercar hypercar type thing. If that came out 15 years later, we would not be able to buy that in the state of California.
How many people are buying that car though?
That's true, but yeah, actually, the people who buy that car can probably afford to register it out of state and do other hanky panky shit to drive it here, can't they?
Yeah. And like I think the Gemera is a different story, but like the technology in the Murray T50, how much of that can trickle down into like a normal
Regular.
car? Like the electronic valve thing, I think could trickle down and be useful in like a Honda Civic or whatever.
So you're
But-
saying a V12 is not useful in a Honda Civic?
I think it's plenty useful.
I think it'd be pretty useful, man.
Pretty cool Honda Civic.
Very
yeah.
long Honda Civic.
I don't know. I feel I mentally still have a block against electric vehicles. I need to drive one. I think I need to drive a Taycan because people who, like me, are not about this electric car stuff, went and drove that. And they're like, this thing is fantastic. I have a lot of fun in it. So I think I need to experience this car enthusiast electric car type thing in order for my mind to not have that block. Because I just think that I don't want to lose an internal combustion engine. That is pretty sick, man. It's pretty sick at
Yeah,
what
right?
it does.
I was reading an article on Drive Tribe by John Coleman. It's called "Save the Petrol for Those Who Actually Want It."
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah, I like that.
They should come out with a certification for being a car person. You have to pass a certain test and then do another certain driving test. Shouldn't be done by the DMV because we know how that goes. And then if you pass that, you have the certificate. You're a certified car guy. And if you have that certification, then you can go and buy gas cars. Yes, because you know why? The guy that buy the gas car, he'll probably be driving that car on the weekends or like when he's feeling like driving it. He's not commuting with that shit. For that, he'll probably have his electric car funded by Elon.
Because it says here in his article, he says this is why the electricity is a problem for car enthusiasts. However, over 60% of car enthusiasts are male, and as we know, boys like explosions and fire, which is
Yes.
exactly what powers internal combustion engines. Honestly, okay, if we think about it in the larger scope, it's fine. No one actually
Yeah, it
cares.
doesn't matter.
Like, no one actually cares except for car enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The guy that's still driving his Toyota Corolla, Camry, Honda Civic, Honda Accord, Prius, he's not gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
like us that's gonna give a shit.
Yeah.
So, if we wanted to buy an an ICE engine car by then.
Uh-huh.
Like, what are some loopholes we could think about here?
I got a buddy in Colorado. I'm registering my cars to his house.
I was thinking like this order says new car sales, right?
Yeah.
Can you buy a
Buy it in
used
Colorado?
car?
No.
Yeah.
Have somebody buy it in Colorado, like a buddy of yours. Pay him to buy it, right?
Yeah,
He buys it and he sells it to you for like $1 less used.
exactly.
With
Used
like
car.
4 miles on it or some shit. It's a used car, right? And then you can sell it in California.
Yeah, exactly, right?
I bet you that's what motherfuckers gonna do. There's gonna be
Yeah.
some fucking loophole. Like if there's companies that, there's so many car manufacturers, car brands. I bet you they're gonna do something. If they cannot get around to the idea of like figuring out how to sell electric cars in California only by 2035, they'll figure out some loopholes. We don't even have to think about it. Honestly, somebody else will do it.
Yeah. And then Gavin Newsom's gonna be like, ah, fuck, all right, never
Yeah,
mind.
exactly. It's just gonna be another way to do it, and then the BMW dealership or the Mercedes dealership or the Audi dealership, it may not be a Chevy dealership. It'll just be the used dealership.
Uncle Tom's Autos.
Uncle Tom's Autos, yes.
Because 15 years later, we're gonna be what, 40?
Oh,
How old am
fuck.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's also another thing to consider.
Yeah, let's not
Man,
talk about this
that's
anymore.
kind of scary, man. Holy crap. 15 years ago before this, like, I was 5. So, like, right? No. Math. Huh? How old was I?
10, dumbass.
10.
We all had to think about it.
See, when I was 10, 25 didn't seem that large. Now 25 to 40 seems quite a substantial. At 40, I'm supposed to legally be entitled to a midlife crisis and go buy a 911.
Yeah.
I won't be able to do that with this new 2035 legislation.
Hey man,
Buy an old one.
Yeah, exactly. You just
No,
do
but
what
I'm
all
supposed to
40
go
years
buy a
old.
new 911 and then with my hair on fire.
2034. Buy a 2034 model year.
Yeah, 2034 911, dude.
That shit will probably be electric anyways.
It'll be
dude.
electric
Yeah.
by
The way
20,
things are
20.
going already, by 2035, most things are going to be electric anyways.
Dude,
Yeah.
freaking electric 911. How angry are the purists gonna be?
They'll
And
probably
B-
be dead by then, so don't worry about that.
You know what Porsche's gonna do? They have to continue the 911.
Oh, yes.
It's a nameplate. So this is gonna be the Taycan, but with all the batteries shoved in the back. Is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Motors, two heavy ass motors in the back.
Yeah.
Talk about snap oversteer.
I think also in this article I was reading too, in the future, why not just give the gas to, the Ferraris and the Mustangs?
Not the
Like-
V6 ones.
We need a written test.
Yeah, a written and a driving test, not done by the DMV. That's and a knowledge test. That knowledge test should not ask you about driving. It should ask you questions like, "Who the fuck was James May?" And it should tell you, write down a significant moment from James May's televised career.
Yeah, and then you need to match engine codes to cars.
Yeah, and it should ask you shit like, how do you impress a girl? A, buy her flowers. B, tell her you like her. C, handbrake turn. It's the handbrake turn. Only the car guy would know that, right? So that's the kind of shit we need on this test. Let me make it. Let us make it.
We'll make the test for you. Idea, Mr. Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom, listen up.
You want to get rid of the gas? Here's an idea. Give it to us. We
We'll
three
take all of it.
We will take all of it and we
will
will
ration.
distribute it. Yes.
Yes.
We will be the keeper of the gas.
I like
And then-
that idea, actually, a lot more. We will devise our own test for them. Priuses will not get gas from us.
Yeah, go EV mode, bitch.
And every douchebag with a Ferrari definitely will not get one. You have to have a requirement that you have to have done some shit or something.
You have to be chill. You have to pass the vibe test. You have
Yeah.
to pass the vibe test.
Exactly.
You're gonna be required to hang out with the boys, pound a few claws, and then you'll see.
There we go. Exactly. Gavin Newsom, Executive Order number 2.
Gavin Newsom, if you want our vote, hit us up. Give us the gas. That's how you politics, Jeffrey.
Give us all the gas supply in California for 3 votes.
You never know, dude.
It's like you lost by 3, man. You
I
should have
count
given
3
us
people
gas,
right here.
dude. Exactly, dude. All right, shall we go to the break?
Yeah.
Welcome to our break. Hi. This is the break part of the show where we talk about break stuff. Like
Speed it up,
words
Jeff. God damn it.
You can check us out at thecurbsidepodcast.com where you'll find the things. Oh, and we
Yes.
have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to that.
Yes.
We
Promote
made it
us
past-
better.
Yeah, it's your fault. We're not doing as good as we want. Actually, we're doing fantastic. We need 1 million
What, like-
subscribers by December. What?
Yes, yes. There we go. All right.
Jeffrey will give away a kidney if you get it.
I'm not sure I signed up for this.
You just did.
Find us on social media at Instagram, at the Curbside Podcast. There you'll find posts and Instagram posts.
Nice, dude. You're gonna find posts on Instagram, man. That's crazy. Ever thought about that, man? Yo, I never thought I was gonna go to Instagram and not see a post. It's insane.
Just log into Instagram. It's a black screen.
What else are we on? Twitter at Curbside Pod, and Facebook at facebook.com/the Curbside Podcast.
Yeah, and shoot us an email for email shooting things. Our email is thecurbsidepodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Send us an email on email.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So let's go back to the show about a car show. All right. The news.
Mercedes is making a full EV lineup. You know how they have the S-Class, the E-Class, the G-Class, the GLCs, the AMGs, the G63, all that shit, right? Well, they're not doing all of that, but they will have starting to have a C-Class and an E-Class and I think a SUV one, electric, coming out soon.
Is this?
I feel like it's a
the whole-
reaction to the 2035 shit.
It's like this is the Mercedes S-Class California edition. But is this the one where they call them like EQ whatever?
Yeah.
It's like EQS, EQA.
EQG or whatever.
I'm gonna
like that,
love it
yeah.
when it's like it's gonna be like EQGLC.
LMNOP.
Right? Because I think Daimler, the parent company to Mercedes, not like last year or something, announced that they would stop basically R&D on new internal combustion engines.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm guessing this.
I mean, that's starting to trickle down, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm
they kind of
saying.
have to, dude, because I feel like these kind of car brands, especially Mercedes and BMW, which you see a shit ton of here in Northern California, Southern California, these guys are going to have to adapt real quick if they're trying to keep that market share away
Yeah.
from companies like Tesla and maybe Rivian.
Yeah, these car companies need to start making more enthusiast electric cars
Yes.
to basically save the enthusiasts. Because Tesla is about to announce, not near future, but in the future, couple years maybe, I think 3 years, a $25,000 Tesla, which is
Oh, shit.
yeah, Accord territory, which means
Yeah.
everyone's gonna have one. You know, I'm afraid this is gonna be like the iPhone effect. The Apple iPhone is like one type of smartphone, but it owns like 60% of the market.
Yeah. Well, that's the Mercedes news I had.
Enough about electric cars. Let's get to some more exciting stuff.
Real cars.
Real cars, kind
golf
of real
carts here.
cars. Did you guys know this? But back in 2018, apparently Toyota announced they were going to make like a high performance race car type deal.
The Supra?
No. Something more high performance than that. There's a new division, I guess, in the racing series that does endurance races. I forgot what it's called. That replaces like one of the Le Mans. Like it's going to be called the Hypercar series. The point of this series is that the cars will be more like road going versions.
Yeah.
And Toyota is actually going to be one of those entering that hypercar series. And they recently, 2 weeks ago, just teased their answer to that. So think of this as the Toyota Ford GT.
The BMW Toyota Supra Ford GT. What?
So it's going to be the Toyota GR Super Sport.
Jesus.
And it is due to homologation rules, which is basically the racing series requires that you make basically some road legal versions of this. They're going to make a road legal version of this.
How many? Like 2?
No one knows, but I think the minimum, according to regulation, is 20.
Because that's the only reason why we got the Ford GT back.
Yeah, exactly.
Ford wanted to get back into Le Mans, so they had to make, 300 something of the road-going versions.
So this thing is based on Toyota's Le Mans car, the TS050 hybrid. That one, like Le Mans twice. It's going to have a 2.4 liter, a twin-turbo V6, and hybridized. That's also one of the regulations. Has to have electrified powertrain.
Well,
It's going to be making 986 horsepower.
From a V6? See, this is why I'm saying Formula One's going 4-cylinder soon, man. Yo, this is basically the future episode. Like
This thing, okay, it's a Toyota, but mid-engined hypercar, 986 horsepower, hybrid powertrain. So it's the Toyota LaFerrari.
it looks kind of like that Audi Le Mans car that won like everything.
So they did release a super sport concept back in 2018, basically.
I don't
to
trust
preview
Toyota
this thing.
though. I don't trust them with their concepts.
But yeah, if you want probably $1 million, $2 million Toyota, there's
Is
your
it
car.
going to be that much when a Ford was like 400?
Yeah.
$1 million.
That was the estimate that someone made back in like 2018 when they first announced it.
This is a super Prius, like a hyper.
Now I
Prius.
don't want it. What if they named that the Prius? Imagine how
That'd be
upset
nuts.
people would be. God.
More news for Parth.
Me?
Yes. Yeah, I know you were disappointed in the BMW M's that got released recently.
Oh yeah, fuck that shit.
Yes, but fret not. There is a new M.
There's a new M?
4 cylinders,
A 4-cylinder M?
makes 212 horsepower. Right.
What?
What did you say?
You said 212 horsepower for an M?
The M division has come out with its first motorcycle.
That's
The M1000.
Okay, that's kind of
RR.
sick. That's yeah.
And I'll tell you something. It looks a lot better than the new M3 and M4.
Imagine if they try to put some sort of kidney girl design on this shit, dude. Like, imagine BMW would do that.
That looks amazing.
Okay, 212 horsepower makes sense now.
It's freaking scary, dude.
That's a lot.
212 horsepower. To put that into like something that we could understand as car people, if we don't know bikes that well, a Hayabusa had 170 something horsepower.
And that's like the Bugatti of bikes, right?
Yeah, well back then it was.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bikes that are quick now, which are like deadly quick, but 212 horsepower in something that weighs like a couple hundred pounds.
Bro, that shit, and
Yeah.
literally all it's controlled by is literally the power of between your legs. I mean, yeah. It's good to see some people at BMW are doing good mentally. They're doing well. They're good people still out there. I
This
like
is
that.
like that's a 5-figure bike.
Oh, yes. Pricing. Only $33,000.
Wait, what?
Okay, I was thinking like 15 to 20. Holy shit.
Here it is. Article from rideapart.com. I'm guessing it's something to do with motorcycles. BMW has yet to announce US pricing. In the UK, the price tag is set at £30,935, which is $39,385. And in Canada, it's going to be going for $42,400, which is $31,815.
Wowza! Yo, I thought Ducatis were expensive.
Oh, Ducatis are expensive.
What's like the most expensive Ducati worth?
Okay, here we go. Ready? The Ducati Superleggera V4.
A little bow.
Base prices start at $100,000.
Holy
What
fuck,
the
dude! What the shit? That's insane! It doesn't even come with all 4 wheels, bro.
You don't even get airbags.
You don't even get airbags.
You are the airbag, dude.
You don't get seatbelts. You don't get fucking radio.
Oh.
You get no carpets, no cup holders.
No.
Let me chime in real quick, as always, with my boring ass news. But I think it's kind of funny.
Making a new segment. Andrew's boring news.
Yeah, Andrew and his boring ass news. Audi has their 2021 Audi Q5 Sportback.
What the fuck is this?
It looks like a Mach-E.
It does look like a Mach-E.
It does look exactly like a Mach-E.
What the shit?
Holy crap, dude.
Dude, it's a Mach-E with an Audi front end.
It's a Mach-E with an Audi badge. Like, that's all it is.
Right?
So the standard Q5 will come with I think a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, making 261 horsepower, with a 7-speed dual clutch. Great.
What? Wait, what? Why does it need a dual clutch? They're making the performance cars into regular automatics, ZFs or whatever, and they're putting fucking dual clutches into cars. Like, what the shit is this? Why does this need a dual clutch?
I wonder if it's a fuel economy thing, because like Hyundai does that too, and like I don't know. Why does
Hyundai puts
need
a dual clutch into cars?
Yeah, and their Santa Fe I think has a fucking dual clutch.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
SQ5 has a 3-liter V6. Ooh.
Compared
Nice.
to an automatic.
8-speed.
an 8-speed
wait,
automatic.
what the fuck is going on right now? Did we miss something?
The SQ5 has automatic,
Yes.
but the normal one has a dual clutch.
And the performance one is the SQ5.
Yes.
Did we miss something in the last year having to do with transmissions and automatics and dual clutches? I thought dual clutch was like the shit.
Yeah, I don't know. But the reason I even brought up this car, I have zero interest in this, but there's like this trend of like SUV sportsbacks that's happening in like especially the European market.
Yeah, why do these cars exist? Please
America
tell me.
wants SUVs that don't look like SUVs. They're like, we'll provide it for you. It's blame Americans. It's Americans' fault.
But it's so ugly.
It's gonna sell. That's the worst part about it.
You've got the X4. I think the ugliest one is the GLC. You have the Model X and the Model Y. You have
Model Y is literally a lifted Model 3, dude.
like
what
all
the
these
shit?
like what's the obsession with making an SUV not look like an SUV?
That's it right there. It's just a lifted whatever version of the regular thing. Because Americans like to sit up on the road.
Because like originally these sports utility vehicles were made to be that, go
Sports
off road, carry a lot of gear.
Yes.
Right now they're lowered now. They have swoopy backs. They can't some of them could carry less than normal sedans. It's like,
Right.
but why?
I saw a slammed Model X the other day.
But like, okay, look at this. Like, people used to buy SUVs because it was more spacious. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, look at the size of this fucking door.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like? It looks like those doors on ships or submarines, like those little small doops, doop,
Like a,
you
like
gotta,
a little hatch.
yeah.
And I think this is the case with the X6. X6 is a less practical X5, right?
Yes.
That's
But it works-
basically what it is.
And it costs
but it's more expensive.
Yeah. I don't want the one that's the actual car and the one that actually has the heritage and that one that actually might be able to do something off-road. Or maybe actually be able to carry my stuff and maybe actually be able to carry my kids in comfort. I want the one that does exactly the opposite and costs more money.
Please, someone explain to me why. And if you think these cars look good, again, why?
Send us an email,
explain.
and that's why we have an email at the Curbside Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah. If you have valid reason, we'll put you on the show.
Also, if you're an engineer or somebody who knows things, can you please explain to us why automatics are in performance cars and dual clutches are not now?
So this news that Andrew brought up has posed two very important questions. Why and why? No,
Yeah.
wait. Why dual clutches in normal cars, and why these weird slopey roof-lined SUVs exist?
All right. Well, I have a little bit of news, and this is first news that was brought by Jeffrey a while back. Amazon shows its prototype for the Rivian, and we all know Jeffrey loves Rivian here.
The Rivian delivery van for Amazon.
So they have a.
It's such a happy looking car.
Imagine getting your package from a car that looks like this. It's like, yeah, I'm happy to get my Amazon package. You know, I was having a bad day. Look at this. I'm having a good day now. The car's happy. I'm happy. Environment's
Dr.
happy.
Seuss looking ass car.
Dude, it's
a
happy,
Wall-E
bro.
looking car, dude.
It's happy.
Yeah. It's very dystopian looking.
Yeah.
I think that's
Like
that
like
could
a-
be the idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a bit of facts for you on it. You're going to start seeing these on the road in 2021. And Amazon says that its electric fleet of vehicles will number 100,000 by 2030. So,
Wow.
You know what I'm realizing
Uh,
from the pictures? This isn't branded as a Rivian.
no,
Yeah.
It's branded as an Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. The Rivian's just making it.
Amazon's about to go into the car industry.
I mean, good on Rivian. I hope
They're
it
gonna
helps.
buy Rivian.
Right? That's what's gonna happen, dude. Amazon
They
wants to sell us delivery vans.
Do you want 2-day shipping?
Delivery van.
The van has an expected range of 150 miles, and the prototype Amazon is showing off today in the video is a delivery capable vehicle that pretty much is ready to go. So it's a prototype, but it's ready to go almost. So in highly dense areas of Amazon distributions, Bay Area, Southern California, I wouldn't be surprised to see these starting like maybe even before the end of this year.
I would
To
love
be
to
honest.
drive one of these things.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind working for Amazon as a delivery and driving this thing.
Have you guys ever driven a full-size van?
No.
I used to drive one for work. They're hilarious.
Oh,
Dude,
why?
they're like driving around buildings, dude.
Oh yeah. Isn't it basically as close to a commercial vehicle you can get to without having that license?
I think
thing
so,
requirement?
yeah. It handled relatively well.
Yeah, I haven't seen any flip over, and I thought they would all flip over.
Right? they
Oh
look
yeah,
like
this,
they would
this,
just flip
this
over.
looks like it's ready to flip over.
But I just remember when like the Sprinter van came out, I was like, "What the fuck is this tall ass van doing?"
Right? Yeah.
All right, I think that's going to be our show for this week. Thank you, as always, guys, for listening. You can check us out at thecurbsidepodcast.com. There you'll find the links to all our platforms. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher, all that jazz. And be sure to rate us if you like the show. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, wherever you can, rate us. If you like the show, also go share it with your friends, please. That would be great. And yeah, go check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, check out our
Yeah.
check out our YouTube channel. We just passed 200 subs, so
Hell yeah.
also check out again our social media: Instagram at the Curbside Podcast, Twitter at Curbside Pod, and Facebook at facebook.com/the Curbside Podcast.
There we go. And thank you to Kid Dope for the intro and outro to our show, Fast Cars and Wild Hearts.
And as always, my name's Jeff.
I'm Parth.
I'm Andrew.
Remember, drive safe, and life is too short to drive boring cars.
Good night.
Fast cars and wild hearts,